Yeah.
Your gimmick would have been so good in the WWF. Did you ever have
Well,
any interactions
yeah.
with them?
Oh yeah. I was supposed to go there, but I kept having a conversation with Cornette. He was in talent relations, and he kept asking my status. I was in the no compete clause.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a conversation with Bruce Pritchard. I just, I don't know what I said wrong, but he said he didn't like the conversation we had after. And I still to this day I can't remember specifics, but I didn't think there was anything wrong with what I said. I was told him why I'd gotten let go and everything. But then the next thing I know, I went to the gym and saw Sting, and Sting asked me what happened, why I was gone and stuff, and he went to Eric and he got me my job back.
So this was with the Jackie situation?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So they fire you, then they bring you back and immediately give you the TV title. Correct?
Right. Well, that was the way Terry Taylor, because nobody, like when I told Eric I didn't want to do the job to Jackie. Okay, there was like, Eric probably just this wasn't like a big deal to Eric in importance wise. Like he'd called me to a meeting at the offices in WCW, and it was him and Sullivan, and I'd never been called to a meeting before. It was like, what's this all about? So I go to a meeting. They tell me, hey, we want you to put over Jackie. She's getting over, like she's. And I was like, okay, all right. Well, so what do we do next? Well, I had 4 months left on my deal. Okay, and Eric and Sullivan are in there, and Sullivan says, well, I see it disappearing for like 6 months. And I'm like, okay. And then Eric's like, nah, I see you like doing it. Like Eric had a different thing. Like they weren't even on the same page. Like, well, like what do I do next? But I'm thinking the booker kind of let the cat out of the bag there, because he said disappear for 6 months. I got 4 months left of my deal. It's like, okay, I want to put it over and then I'm done.
Right.
And I'm like, so I'm thinking like, this is before China. This is before, okay, so this was like so I'm thinking like, well, if I'm done here and I want to go to New York, and I don't know, the wrestling crowd was different then, because the fans were, they were smart, but they would, if that would, to me, that was the thing that like, if I got beat by Jackie, that would hurt my marketability going to New York, especially with the fans, because they would just be like chanting Jackie, just like making fun of right.
You would have brought that stink with you for sure.
And everybody, Terry Taylor, Paige, like everybody that I presented this to says, don't do it. Don't do the job. Tell and so okay, like these are guys in the office that are telling me don't do it. So when Eric don't do it, he says, okay, you're fired. So I got let go. I was like, all right, so I'm thinking I'm going to New York, but we had the conversation that didn't go. So I'm going back, and Eric's like, okay, we got to put Jack. You got to figure out a way for you to put over Jackie. Like he wants me to do what he fired. I'm like, okay, but so Terry was trying to figure out, because Terry's a fan of mine, right? He's trying to figure out a way that I don't have to do it. And like Eric only cared about the big picture stuff, NWO, the top. So Terry figures, okay, let's put the TV title on you, because then you can't do the job to Jackie if you're the TV champion.
Right.
So it was like, bro, it was like swerving Eric, and they did it, but like I ended up doing it. But the thing was, it's like, if Eric had explained to me the way he wants the match laid out from the get-go, like the way we ended up doing it, if he would explain that in more detail, I would have never been let go. Because the whole thing was just like, okay, you're going in this, like the mentality is you grow up, you're taught never to hit a girl.
Right.
But this chick is trying to kick the shit out of you, and she's tough. And like you're trying to do everything you can to try fight this girl without abusing her. Like so I was like, okay, well that's the psychology I can work with. Because I just be cocky out there and then figure out a bunch of different spots and just But if I would have known, if they would have presented it to me from the beginning, then I would have had no problem.
Right.
But Kevin was like, tell me, I see you having a great match. I'm like, how do I have a great match with a 120-pound girl?
Yeah.
I know she's tough, but I'm 230 pounds.
Right.
It's like, there's a suspension of disbelief we have to adhere to here. And it's like, I'm sorry, but unless she clips me from the knee and I'm selling her just whatever, I don't know. This was different. I will say this though, she clotheslined me harder than anybody's ever clotheslined me before.
Really?
Oh, because she had these, her arms are like she had muscles. So and girls are not big, so it's kind of like this little thing of muscle and bone. When she clotheslined me, she cracked me right beside the side of the neck. I was like, holy Jesus! Like that's okay.
So you'd rather take a Steiner line than a Jackie line?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've taken a Steiner. I've taken a Rick Steiner line. The Jackie one was, to still this day, hardest clothes I ever took.